it's very difficult to make all kinds of changes and then make money at this because you have to think in terms how long of a goal ahead. Like at 12, like what I would do is plan out a whole life around dance and how you're going to afford it because the disciplines you learn, the earlier the better, and you don't have to wait as long. And you apply. Nowadays, you can apply to go to CAP in Lincoln, where when I was in our heyday, more or less, when we were like 12, we did not have the formal training. Like I would say that whatever dance classes you take, apply early. I will save you a lot of grief. The sooner you apply to go to those summer camps where you can dance, in the long run, even if you cannot afford it at 14, 15, if you're really going to invest your whole life into it, because a lot of you will, most likely you'll spend the rest of your lives trying to achieve like this, the destiny. Like dance has a destiny. It also has like an end point, and then you say, I want to be taken more serious in this career, or go into finishing school, or train others. Like to me, there's all types of dance that leads to like finishing school or training or going to be a teacher. And when you eventually get to that point, you'll be mature enough to handle that decision. I would say this: the younger you get into that discipline, whether it be an art or you go into groups to perform at the dance conservatory, to me, I think applying early is the key to this. A lot of you don't cheat yourselves, don't hurt yourselves like that. Like make sure that you have a good teacher and make sure you're trained with the right dance company. That's what we've been trying to create. A lot of young people, they'll get into this and they'll be like discouraged. And I'm just going to tell you, it costs extra money for their shoes. It costs extra money to get the powder. So think in terms of like the breakdown of costs and talk to your family before you make a decision to make a full-time career out of this. Because I don't want to hurt you all out there. It is expensive. It's exhausting. And it does require constant training, like being at the gym, working out, going to the swim classes. Like there's a lot you can learn about ballet just by swimming. So think about what it's going to cost. Talk to your family about it. Tell them that in the long run, the financial costs to apply for school loans, grants, and things like that. Because it does get expensive. If you're really serious, you'll go on to, maybe, a collegiate level dance. To me, have that talk with your parents early. Like you can have fun and dance, but once you get into the seriousness of the training and discipline, it does get expensive and it can be very exhausting. So stick with like a team. Like to me, my dad was really smart for having this conversation with me at 19 about being a Tamparitsan. So I would say, think about what you want and set your goals and make sure your goals are achievable. Keep your goals small. Don't take on too much. I've made that mistake so many times. Just keep it very basic. So here's something we've been working on. It's called the Bat Dance. If you haven't already heard, there was a movie film called Batman. So we worked on something like this just to give you an example. And you have a relative that is aging, and you look back at your whole life and your career and what you spent your time investing, you know that that final dance number is going to be important. So this is kind of a summation of what we've been able to accomplish, from Shade Sisters, King Lang, to what we did independently, to what we're working on. It comes down to this, and it's part of the scene, so you know what to expect when I lay it out like the way I am. Okay, this is the last scene, and that's a wrap. Thank you.